Ultima, Nash versus Rashid.
Here we go.
Let's see how this goes.
I wonder how does this matchup go in your opinion? Do you think Rashid does he get in at certain angles that Nash can't anti-air him out of?
I mean, yeah, because Nash doesn't have a natural reversal, right? So cross-ups obviously will give him a nightmare.
that is true. So
But
far though,
he has to get into that angle first. And therein lies the problem. Can you find the angle? Wow.
That was awkward.
I've never seen the hit like that.
It hit him and he flipped backwards.
Well, it looks like the neutral jump roundhouse hit behind him. I didn't know it had a hitbox behind him. It looked that way to me, at least.
So far though, Graham's Nash from the first time I saw it looking pretty solid. A lot more controlled.
Let's see what happens here. Uses his V-trigger to get out of the corner. He's going to try to force Ultima's hand here to use his V-trigger or to force him to chase. And Ultima has to use his resources early right now to mount a comeback. Or...
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see what happens. This is a weekly casual. If you want to take the round, you can take the round.
Yeah, don't panic. This is just...
Let's see what happens. I mean, I don't blame anybody, whoever it is that disconnected. I mean...
Wait, is Ultima here? Is he talking if he doesn't want to restart it or not?
Up to you guys. Up to you guys. It's a weekly.
Don't take it too seriously, all right?
It's up to you guys. Your call. I'm telling them it's their call. There's not a majors. So I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, you have to give up the round. I think, and then at this, you got to let the players call it.
Yeah.
You have to let the players call it.
And Wolfe is smartly, he's deleting any traces of any wireless controllers. Yeah, if you guys, at this point, you guys should be very much aware. Be respectful for your tournament organizers, and please desync your controllers.
Yeah, and then the two being sportsmen, they're gonna restart it. It was the first round after all. I don't mind this whatsoever.
You are responsible as much as the tournament organizer to
absolutely
to disconnect your controller. So stuff like this won't happen.
Fortunately, this is a weekly, so we can get away with this. If this happened at a major, I would, if I were able to pinpoint whoever didn't disconnect their controller, I would have a very long talk with them.
Here we go.
If not, even a penalty. Because that is in some of the rules that you must disconnect your controller.
I did not know that.
But what is the repercussions? There has to be in writing as well.
All right,
Ultima having a good start right now.
Probably learned got a bit of information from their first match before the unfortunate disconnect. Pays off for Ultima.
Ultima starting that first round extremely strong, getting in there and bodying Graham. We saw Graham with the runaway game earlier and having a lot of success with that, so I think Graham just needs to implement that strategy a little bit and just establish that kind of game style. It looks like he is already. Very nice air-to-air right there with the medium punch. Covers a very large angle.
So far, it's looking like Graham's game does not have V-trigger yet. He does have a full stick of butter, so if he does get pressure, he could opt to super out of it.
Honestly, if I were him in this corner right now, if any normal hits, I would V-reversal out.
Let's see.
Because it's cheaper than using a V-trigger.
That is true. Because with V-trigger, you use both resources.
Yeah.
I wonder the statistic of Nash's opting to use V-reversal over V-trigger.
I mean, it depends on the situation, right? Like, there's value in both. There's value in either-or strategies. Like, if Graham was able to get that V-trigger, a nice round 2 by Graham, but if Graham was able to get that V-trigger in that round and that hit, that would have been critical art and then round 2 easily for Wolfe. So it's not as if one or the other is bad. It's that V-reversal is a safer strategy. And V-trigger is a more aggressive strategy that can pay out a lot.
I mean, you could argue that both achieve the same thing of getting out of the corner. Sort of switching positions.
Yeah.
Resetting neutral. So, I don't know. I'll look into that. Is it too early? No.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
A nice critical art there by Wolfe. Ooh, goes for the overhead right there. And Graham putting on the pressure against Ultima. Ultima not having attacked with his EX spinning mixer yet. And Graham seeing that hesitation.
Rush counter into the corner. Got the pressure very good by Graham Wolfe right there. See, that was one, like you were saying, it's very situational when you want to use V-Trigger, and that was the correct moment to use V-Trigger.
It was the perfect moment to use V-Trigger, right? When you go against Rashid's V-Trigger, if you have a V-Trigger, that's like the ultimate counter. It's the easiest way to get out of the corner. But if he had V-Reversal or one bar, then he would have to wait for something to hit, whether it be V-Trigger or a normal coming out of Rashid. But then that puts you in a throw mix-up.
Ah, okay, all right, I did not think of that.
Right? If you're looking so hard to get out with a V-Reversal and they just walk up to you and they just throw you, that's part of the mix-up. Especially if they know you're looking for it.
It's kind of like reminiscent of what Rose would do in Street Fighter 4 with her Orb Super out. Very interesting. There we go. It was looking strong. Ultima was looking strong in there in the first match of the first game. After the unfortunate disconnect, but Graham made some adjustments, and he's just sticking to the same game plan of just poking Ultima out. He's not very. Graham Wolfe is not very aggressive. He's very disciplined. He knows which buttons to throw out at the right time. There's no combo. He hasn't hit him Ultima with a single combo this game. It's just all buttons. Here it is. Wow.
That was the first combo that he really did,
Yeah.
And it was off of a crush counter, but worth. Very, very worth. So we're at match point here for Graham Wolfe. Ultima needs to figure out a way to get that momentum started and staying in and really putting Graham at edge. But instead, it's Graham attacking. Oh, interesting choice to go for that standing medium punch after a blocked mixer. He is -2 off of that.
I mean, if he can opt to get those weird angles to get the cross up on Nash, that could be Ultima's chance, but it's not looking too good right now. Graham does have V-Trigger and Critical Art available on any hit. Yep, there it is.
That's going to end it. Graham Wolfe takes it 2 games to none. Ultima not able to find his rhythm, not able